As we celebrate the 58th anniversary of our independence, we know we are on the right path. We have so much for which we should be grateful.
58 years of independence, President Buhari salutes Nigerians and recommits to effective governance. Eagle Square, Abuja comes alive on Independence Day parade, the first time in 8 years.
Participate, hold the government accountable. If things are not working in your community, speak up about it, interrogate things.
What can you do as a Nigerian youth? Tomorrow's leaders converge on Abuja to chart a way forward. And things are hotting up on the political front with party primaries across the country. Welcome to Network News. I am Kenne Emma Abodike. Reading with me tonight is Jennifer Igwe in Lagos, while Sadia Umar Digi is in Sapoto and Vivian Ezadiefre in Port Harcourt. President Muhammadu Buhari is reassuring Nigerians that he will continue to work tirelessly towards promoting, protecting and preserving a united, prosperous and secure Nigeria, describing them as things that matter most. In a nationwide broadcast to mark Nigeria's 58th independence anniversary, the president said developing a thriving democracy is not an easy task, but his administration is committed to supporting genuine initiatives aimed at addressing prevailing socio-economic challenges for a sustainable future. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Hello Nigerians. As we celebrate the 58th anniversary of our independence, we know we are on the right path. We have so much for which we should be grateful and in which we should rightly take pride.
The journey, President Muhammadu Buhari said, is not finished, as Nigeria is an ambitious nation whose citizens have every right to look to the future with confidence and optimism.
We are gradually strengthening the economy with a stable naira and falling inflation rate. We are building an economy that is moving away from over-reliance on oil. These positive developments are the result of our collective pursuit of a common vision through hard work and dedication after the missed opportunities and disappointments that followed the return to democracy.
Despite vicious and stiff resistance, the president said his administration is also making progress in the fight against corruption and recovery of stolen public funds and assets.
The shameful past practice of the brazen theft of billions of naira is no more. Shady oil deals and public contracts that were never delivered have become things of the past. Consequently, we have done more with less in infrastructural developments.
While efforts are on course in the Niger Delta to clean up polluted lands, restore homes, reestablish livelihoods, and strengthen the people's capacity to guarantee a brighter future for themselves and the country, the government is, however, worried that the age-long conflict between farmers and herders is being exploited by those seeking to plant seeds of discord and disunity amongst the people.
I must warn that the perpetrators of murder and general mayhem in the name of defending or protecting herders or farmers will face the full wrath of the law. We urge all peace-loving Nigerians to reject any simplistic portrayal of this conflict as either religious or ethnic-based.
The president paid glowing tribute to not only the nation's youth for playing a central role in Nigeria's progress and development, but also the armed forces and other security agencies who work under the most difficult conditions to keep the country safe.
As their Commander-in-Chief, I assure these our gallant men and women that I will continue to empower them by deepening their professionalism and providing all the necessary force multipliers and enablers required for them to prevail on the field. I am looking into all reported cases of inadequacies in relation to their entitlements, their welfare, and those of their families.
President Buhari used the forum to express concern over the misuse of new technologies to provoke passions and stir tensions in the land.
We must all rise to the responsibility of shutting out those disruptive and corrosive forces that hide in today's world of social media. Otherwise, all the progress we have made as a democracy since 1999 is at stake.
The Nigerian leader also restated his commitment to free, fair, and credible elections, saying INEC will not only remain exactly independent, but properly staffed and resourced so that Nigerians can continue to make their choices for the government that rule in their name through the ballot box. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
For the first time in 8 years, Eagle Square in the heart of Abuja came alive with a special parade commemorating Nigeria's 58th independence anniversary. President Buhari presided over the colorful and memorable events witnessed by two former heads of state, Generals Yakubu Gowon and Abdulsalami Abubakar, as well as the diplomatic community in Nigeria. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
The last time an independence anniversary such as this was held here at the Eagle Square was in 2010, which left in its wake a situation of uncertainty and apprehension in the national life. This is now history, courtesy of the determination of the Buhari administration to ensuring all security challenges, especially from terrorist groups such as Boko Haram, are laid to rest. After the symbolic inspection of ceremonial guards on parade, President Muhammadu Buhari mounted the rostrum to take the salute. Colors on parade are that of the military, Navy, Air Force. A spectacular acrobatic display by the Air Force and the parade of military hardwares received applause from the people.
Extremely excited about the prospects and the future of our great country. And I think that, just looking at the displays today and looking at the competence and capability of our military, there is such great hope and such great excitement. So it's a fantastic time for our country, and we're all very hopeful. We're all very expectant of a greater and much greater future for the nation.
The nation military is the pride of the nation. You need to showcase what you have and what you are capable of doing. You can see what we displayed today. We are capable of defending the territorial integrity of Nigeria.
In the last couple of decades, we've not paid much attention to the acquisition of military hardware to effectively be able to fight the insurgency and other forms of security challenges that we've had in the country. Now that we are acquiring more, you can see that there's relative calm in the northeast. Even the banditry in the north central and northwestern area is being checked effectively. And I believe, given a couple of months from now, we would effectively be able to deal with these challenges.
Enough cause to celebrate 58 very eventful years with our ups and downs, but at least we still remain one united country.
It's not easy being 58 years, but I think we've weathered the storm and we must give thanks to God. On our own part, I think we redouble our efforts. We are getting the required support from the government. So we must reduce the carnage on the highways. We must improve on our education, enlightenment, and advocacy.
We've heard from the leadership of this country that everything possible to ensure that the country is safe is being done, and to protect the future of our youth. And people like Samuel will continue to wave the flag of the country and be proud of this great country, Nigeria. From the Eagle Square in Abuja, it's Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Now, the founder and general superintendent of the Deeper Life Christian Ministry, Pastor William Folorunsho Kumuyi, is asking President Muhammadu Buhari to remain focused on his genuine efforts of transforming Nigeria for a sustainable future. Pastor Kumuyi stated this when he paid a solidarity visit to the president on the nation's independence anniversary celebrations. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
Pastor William Kumuyi, who leads one of Nigeria's largest Pentecostal churches, delivered the sermon at the special church service marking the country's 58th independence anniversary last Sunday. He is here at the official residence of President Muhammadu Buhari to formally appreciate the government for its accomplishments so far and genuine commitment at ensuring public good and greater Nigeria at all times.
We should remain focused and courageous. Normally in leadership, we can't have everybody supporting publicly. But all the same, we have to be focused and do what we know is right and move our country forward. But be assured that we're praying for you as the number one in the country. And we're praying that your tenure will be a tenure of progress and prosperity in our nation, as well as peace.
President Buhari expressed appreciation to the man of God for the visit, which he described as a moral booster. The Almighty God, he said, did not make any mistake by creating over 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria and bringing everyone together. He commended Pastor Kumuyi for always preaching the gospel of peace for a stable and prosperous Nigeria.
Certainly we have challenges in terms of trying to get people to understand us. I just sit here and agonize by the day. How can I make things move faster? But Nigeria is going at its own speed. God has given us human and material resources. All we need is to focus and try and leave something for our children and grandchildren. It's a great country. A great country. And with people like you, honestly, my morale is raised. People who really try to understand by the day and help.
Before leaving the State House, Pastor Kumuyi prayed for the nation and its leaders.
Thank you for bringing our president to be on seat at this time. We're praying that you will grant him the strength, grant him the wisdom, give him the vision and the focus to keep on working for the progress of the country. Let your president protect him and your power be with him every time. We're believing that you are going to keep him strong to continue the great work you have put in his hand.
The founder and general superintendent of the Deeper Life Christian Ministry was accompanied by his wife, 3 other pastors of the church, and the chaplain of the Aso Villa Chapel. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Nigeria's struggle to independence came to fruition when, on October 1, 1960, it became a sovereign state. Timothy Yusuf, this report, takes us through the country's journey to nationhood.
Nigeria's independence in 1960 ushered in the first republic with Northern People's Congress (NPC), led by Sir Ahmadu Bello, National Council of Nigeria and Cameroon's NCNC, under the leadership of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Action Group AG, led by Obafemi Awolowo, and Northern Elements Progressive Union (NEPU), with Malam Aminu Kano as its figurehead as dominant political parties. These parties were in control of their regions. The Ahmadu Bello-led MPC was in firm control of the north, the same way Azikiwe's NCNC held sway in the eastern part of the country, while Awolowo's AG was in charge of the western region. The parties did well for their regions in such areas as infrastructure, education and commerce. But there were challenges of nationhood which lie heavily on the regional tendencies of the parties in their individual control. For many political observers, the central government somewhat seemed to subordinate the regions. The first major challenge of journey to nationhood was the 1963 political upheaval and crisis. As the years went by, the first military interregnum came up, during which the political crisis resurfaced, leading the country into civil war. The situation halted the country's political development for a period of 3 years, during which the civil war lasted.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
The military government continued till 1979 through its own checkered reign, which brought in the Second Republic. At the demise of that republic, there was another 15 years of military incursion into the nation's political history, after which democracy resurfaced in Nigeria in 1999 with the Olusegun Obasanjo's administration. From 1999 to date, with President Muhammadu Buhari at the helm of affairs, democracy in Nigeria has had its challenges and vagaries of operations. However, in spite of all this, the experience over the years has shown a ray of hope to Nigerians as a nation that democracy has come to stay, with the people having a greater part of stakeholdership in all sectors of the economy.
It was 58 years and we've had our ups and downs, but clearly the future is bright.
Really, when you consider that this is a nation made up of so many ethnic groups, so many interest groups, I must say we've really tried. It's not easy.
It's been wonderful. Nigeria, like every other nation, has our own challenges, but I see us moving past all of those challenges if we decide to work together as one.
In spite of challenges of nationhood still ahead, Nigerians are, however, confident that the system will work for the good of the people, especially in the face of the landmarks being achieved by the Buhari administration.
There's no system is perfect, but actually Baba has already contributed a lot.
If you check for the past how many years, we cannot gather like this. We will be afraid, but as for now, we really thank God and we are happy for that.
Nigerian challenges cannot be solved in one day. We need time. We need patience.
In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The All Progressives Congress, APC, has congratulated Nigerians at home and abroad on the occasion of the country's 58th independence. A statement by the party's acting National Publicity Secretary, Yekini Nabena, says Nigeria's journey post-independence has been an intriguing one. The party therefore urges Nigerians to continue to build and consolidate on the efforts of the founding fathers to ensure a united Nigeria. Senate President Abubakar Bukola Saraki congratulates Nigerians on the occasion of the 58th independence anniversary of the country. He urges them to be more constructive and patriotic and to de-emphasize sentiment in their endeavors. The Senate President also prayed that Nigeria will continue to exist in peace and unity among the various parts. In a similar message, Speaker House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara has urged Nigerians to continue to have hope and faith in the progress of the country. The Speaker said through effective functioning of the 3 tiers of government, there will emerge a Nigeria that ensures rights and liberty of citizens. Now, Nigerian youths have been urged to take advantage of the path of inclusion in decision-making curated by President Muhammadu Buhari through the signing into law of the Not Too Young to Run bill to be part of the shaping of the future. This was at the 2018 Independence Day Youth Summit in Abuja. Adebola Brusque Sunday reports.
Knowing that the future belongs to them, youths from all parts of the country converged here to ask themselves the question, what can you do for Nigeria?
And we're all standing, we're not taking action.
Some of their leaders took turns to stimulate each other on how to create platforms that will help young people discover and maximally harness their potentials through idea sharing.
Today, what are the right inputs we are putting together?
Olajide Aribisala is the convener of the summit.
We can't allow people to calibrate us as the underdeveloped nation. We're not going to listen to that. When people think better, they are going to bring out a value better. And when they bring out value better, it's going to come to transformation. Prosperity, security, peace, they are an offshoot of deep thinking.
Participate, hold the government accountable. If things are not working in your community, speak up about it. Interrogate things. Don't just sit and say, well, it's not working, what can we do? And complain about it, right? Take positive actions to make sure that you correct the wrongs, starting in your community and then, working your way forward.
My next step is to make sure I advocate to individuals to know what they can do for their country in order to be able to gain from their country and give back to their country.
In her capacity. The summit is the 5th in the series. The nation's youths were urged to be dedicated and creative and to know that a young mind is a fertile ground capable of breeding great thoughts and ideas if properly fed and cultivated. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
We now pause for some messages. The news continues after this time out.
Time to explore. Looks like a fun way to learn. Awesome! And this, I can learn a new language. We are music. To play an instrument too? Cool! Games everywhere! Wow! Freebies! Free data, WhatsApp and birthday credit? I love it here. I'm never leaving.
Play, explore and learn with MTN M-Pulse. The Aerial Assurance Challenge.
Thank you. But what assurance can you give our daughter?
Everything. With the new look Ariel, I can even do the laundry.
Prove it then.
Okay. Let's make this stain even tougher. Now, let's wash the cloth. With your detergent and with new look Ariel. Do you believe me now?
Ariel, now in a new look pack.
All right, kids, today you're all going to tell me how you all spent your holidays. So the essay will be... Who did that? Who did that?
Of the new school session with great tasting Indomie noodles. Hurry now and get yours. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
The ultra-modern world-class 400-bed Abuja multi-system hospital at Dwekiti commences full operations on the 1st of October 2018. Available equipment and services are surgery, medicine, pediatrics, obstetrics and gynecology, community medicine, physiotherapy, dentistry, laboratory, health informatics, 5 modular operating theaters, critical care unit and anesthesia, surgical procedures, mammography, ultrasound, diagnostic center.
Delivery.
1st to 31st October, free consultations. 15th to 31st October, 5% discount on medication. Quality service at affordable cost. Upward, ending foreign medical tourism.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and
Oga, since when I send you something and I just a call?
I don't get one new way. We will take get plenty customers. Quick teller pay points.
How that one take help my business?
We be quick teller pay points agents. People go they touch lights here. We pass our competitors. So now here they go pay all them bills.
Okay, make I tell you. You see this your boy? He get sense well. Apart from say customers go enter your chain.
He go put more money for your pocket. Go arrange quick teller pay points fast. Now.
Quick teller pay point. Now in paper.
The Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Audu Ogbe, OFR, cordially invites the Nigerian cooperative movement and other stakeholders to the 12th Africa Ministerial Cooperative Conference and the 13th Alliance Africa Regional Assembly with the theme Leveraging the Cooperative Advantage for the Africa Free Trade Area. Scheduled to hold as follows. Date 2nd to 6th October 2018. Venue, Nikon Luxury Hotel, Tafawa Balewa Way, Area 11, Gerki, Abuja. Time 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Announcer, Dr. Hussein Adamu for Permanent Secretary.
Hello, Auntie Kay. How is Atlanta? I'm just getting ready for a photo shoot. Got my makeup on.
Hey, Klaus, how you doing? How is Germany?
I'm gonna... Hold on, 1 minute.
I haven't seen the containers yet. Oh, they are still in India?
Hello, Mama. Guess who's online?
Hey, Rajesh, what time is it in India?
How is South Africa, Mama?
Aren't you spending too much on calls now?
Don't you worry about it, Mama, because with Glow, you only need to pay 200 Naira a month and you get up to 85% discount on all calls to over 200 international destinations.
See, I'm going to let you guys sort this out, all right?
Time for the photo shoot. Love you. Bye.
Where's the photographer?
Hey, my friend. How are things going in Canada?
Glow International Call Slasher. Pay 200 Naira monthly fee to get up to 85% discount to call over 200 international destinations. Dial *777# to choose your plan. The largest data network. Glow. Grandmasters of data.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey. With love and strength and faith.
Welcome back to NTA Network News. President Muhammadu Buhari has condemned the latest violence in Jos, which led to the imposition of a curfew in the Plateau State capital. The president says he is deeply worried about the seeming indifference to the sanctity of life by criminals, despite the efforts by the government in the past 3 years to ensure lasting peace. In a statement by the Presidential Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, the president advised those offended to follow due process, as the government will continue to engage stakeholders to address the root causes of the repeated violence in Plateau State. The Nigerian Air Force says it is placing more premium on local patenting of its operational platforms for reduced cost of platform overhauling towards enhancing operational effectiveness. Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, affirmed this while on inspection at the 115 Special Operations Group in Port Harcourt. Defense correspondent Olajide Bello reports.
The operational visit of the Chief of the Air Staff is in line with the renewed commitment of the force towards promoting research and development for enhanced and effective discharge of its constitutional roles towards protecting the country's territorial integrity with reduced cost of platform repairs and maintenance.
The MI-35 531 was the first one. I'm sure you were here when it was launched. Now we are on the second one. This is the first time we are making this kind of effort to ensure that we do not totally depend on outside countries. And I think that is a very exciting development, not only for the Air Force, but indeed for Nigeria.
Meanwhile, the Air Task Force of Operation Lafia Dole has destroyed a Boko Haram terrorist location at Jabalam in northern Borno State. The attack was carried out following credible intelligence reports indicating the presence of the terrorists within the vicinity, with the Nigerian Air Force Alpha jets neutralizing the Boko Haram terrorists. The Nigerian Air Force, working in synergy with surface forces, says it will continue to sustain the momentum of operations with a view towards destroying remnants of terrorists in the fringes of Lake Chad and other areas in the northeast. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
Now to politics, where the All Progressives Congress has elected standard bearers for the 2019 governorship elections across the nation. Momso Damian Datu compares the results and reports.
For the governorship candidate in Oyo State, Adebola Ogunlana reports that the former deputy governor of Central Bank, Adebayo Adelabu, emerged winner at the end of the primaries, which lasted 22 hours. For Cross River State, the Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Usani Uguru Usani, is to bear the APC flag for the governorship election in the state after winning with a total number of 47,313 votes, as reported by Ude Alenyo.
Governance, prudence, sanctity, equal opportunities for all, security in the state, and then opening of places for people to manifest their skills and have the ability to make choices.
Meanwhile, Governor Mohammed Badaru Abubakar is returning as the sole candidate of the APC in Jigawa State. And with 4,432 votes, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum has emerged standard bearer of the Borno State APC governorship contest, defeating Idris Durkwa and Kashim Ibrahim Imam. Austin Edemodu reports that Great Ogboru is flag bearer for the Delta State governorship polls. From Nasarawa State comes a report that Abdullahi Alhaji Sule polled 926 out of 2,337 votes with his 9 co-contestants. Meanwhile, incumbent Plateau State Governor Simon Bako Lalong has been confirmed unopposed as the APC governorship candidate for the 2019 polls, alongside his counterparts in Kaduna State, Nasiru Ahmad Al-Rufai, who secured the mandate to recontest the governorship seat. From Yobe, Mustafa Yusuf Musa reports that Mai Malabuni has been announced winner of the just concluded governorship primaries with a total of 2,797 votes. Finally, Muhammad Inwayaye wins the primaries of Gombe State governorship ticket with 859 votes, leaving 463 for his closest opponent, as Governor Abubakar Sani Bello of Niger State gets a ticket to run second term. Momso Damien Dati, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Joseph Johnson compiled a report on the People's Democratic Party (PDP) primary elections held across the various states of the Federation.
Report from Nasarawa State says PDP governorship primary has House of Representative member David Umbogadu as winner with 745 votes from total of 1,490 accredited voters. Simon Asha from Adamawa State says a two-time acting governor of Adamawa State, Amadu Umaru Fintiri, has scored the ticket of the PDP governorship election after polling 1,656 votes, defeating 4 other aspirants. He, however, pointed out that 2 aspirants had withdrew before the commencement of the exercise. From Yobe, Yunusa Suleiman reports that Ambassador Umaru Damagun secured the party's ticket after his co-contestant, Ambassador Umar Al-Gash, withdrew from the race. Meanwhile, Aminu Ibrahim Ringim is the party's standard bearer in the Jigawa state as he polled 2,028 votes, defeating 4 other aspirants. Governor Okezi Bazu has emerged as the governorship candidate of the PDP after scoring 1,991 votes. Also, Governor Darius Dixon Ishaku was declared as the sole candidate for 2019 governorship election. Former FCT Minister and serving Senator Jeremiah Hussaini beat 12 other aspirants to emerge winner.
The SDP candidate in the 2015 governorship election, Seyi Makinde, has emerged as the PDP standard bearer for 2019 in Oyo State. Engineer Makinde defeated Ayoade Adeseun with 2,772 votes. Ayomiko Ajibola has details.
The exercise, which was conducted by PDP National Electoral Committee members, was also monitored by officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC.
Each ballot box is labeled according to the local government area. No irregularity in this process I'm witnessing.
Seyi Makinde, while addressing party faithful, commended the organizers for the peaceful conduct of the exercise. He pledged to revive the economy of the state and work on policies that will bring rapid development to the state.
We have the ability to solve the myriads of challenges that daily confront our people, particularly the vulnerable citizens whose numbers, as I speak, have continued to increase in frightening proportion, especially in the past 7.5 years.
Senator Ayoade Adeseun had earlier called for the cancellation of the primary election on the ground that the authentic list of delegates had been tampered with.
The party, for every election, sets up an appeal panel, so I'm sure he has that avenue to ventilate his grievances.
Chieftains of the party say PDP had forgotten the pains of the past and had become united in the state.
When I believe in something, I stand by it, whether good or bad, come rain, come sunshine.
Everything will be in top gear to make sure that we reconcile them.
In Ibadan, Ayomiko Ajibola, NTA News.
Jennifer at the Center of Excellence takes the next set of reports.
Thank you, Kene. Good evening and welcome to Lagos. Happy Independence Anniversary. At a special Independence Anniversary church service in Lagos, founder of the Household of God Church, Reverend Christopher Okotie, formally presented himself to the congregation after emerging as the standard bearer of the Fresh Democratic Party, FDP. Reverend Okotie also used the occasion to reaffirm his call to other political parties to consider him as a consensus candidate. The report. Praise, worship, and prayers there in celebration of Nigeria's independence. It was also a thanksgiving for successful primaries of the Fresh Democratic Party FDP, where founder and pastor of the church, Reverend Christopher Okotie, emerged as presidential standard bearer. Reverend Okotie used the occasion to reiterate his stance on political developments in the nation. The FDP presidential candidate reaffirmed his call for an interim government. He urged other political parties to consider him as a consensus candidate for the 2019 elections.
Now that I have emerged as the presidential candidate for Fresh Democratic Party, I want to reaffirm my call for an interim government and to ask those that are concerned, who are the political actors, to consider me as a consensus candidate. I have referred to myself as a consensus remedial facilitator because of the existential threats that we have now. And I think that it's time for us to lay aside the habiliments of our political affiliations and to embrace a new nationalistic philosophy that can salvage this country at this time, a great nation that is at sixes and sevens.
In his independence anniversary message, Reverend Okotie noted that God will do the miraculous for Nigeria and turn around the fortunes of the nation for good. The Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, has been presented with gold medals won by the Lagos City Choral Group at the just concluded World Choir Games in South Africa. This was at a grand concert in commemoration of the milestone achieved by the choral group in Lagos. Elizabeth Omoruyu reports that the concert was conducted by Sir Emeka Mukedi.
He presents these medals to the government of Nigeria through the Ministry of Culture. Thank you, sir.
Presentation of gold medals by the patron of the choral group, Ademola Alade Okomo, to the minister's representative. The Lagos City Choral Group, through their classical infusion of contemporary music with a blend of folklore, held their audience spellbound. The choral group was formed with the aim of promoting choral music through traditional tunes and classical notes by great masters of music. In line with the present administration's determination to promote all the forms of art, the music director of the Lagos City Choral says the group is committed to promoting the ingenuity of Africa.
Nigeria is a great country in all aspects, because we really represented this country very well.
20 gold and silver medals have so far been won by the group at various competitions around the world.
Glorious. Like I was singing with the angels.
They should keep on doing the good job of representing us well outside the country there, and that their effort is recognized and they're appreciated.
The quality of their singing is one of the best I've heard.
The group used the opportunity to call on the federal government to create a thriving platform for them to actualize their goals. In Lagos, Elizabeth Omori, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Network News. More reports ahead after this timeout. Please stay with us.
Don't worry, the map says it will soon clear.
Never! Hold! This bush woman. Madam, come on! See this whole matter you do, Baro! Shut up! Never! Shut up! Okay. Never!
At the end, there's a T-junction.
What? See?
Then there's another road that follows again.
Never! Over there, Papa, you finally came. Don't you know that with Glow Augasti, I will always be ahead?
With Glow Augasti, enjoy 125% more data to get ahead. Dial *777#. The largest data network. Glow, grandmasters of data.
Mama's cooking. Let's help her. Wait! My mother Mama says before touching food, you should wash your hands with Safeguard soap.
But my hands are clean.
Can't see germs, but they're everywhere.
Look on the special blue light. To protect against germs, I recommend regularly using Safeguard antibacterial soap, as Safeguard is scientifically tested to remove 99% of germs.
That is why me, my mommy, my daddy, and my brother regularly use Safeguard.
Washing germs away.
You in the air-conditioned office with the itchy throat. Strepsils. Girl in the spotlight with the raspy throat. Strepsils. You in the pollution. Yes, you. Dry throat. Strepsils. Hello in the downpour with the scratchy throat. Take Strepsils. Strepsils, with its soothing medicinal ingredients, will heal the harm done to your throat from external factors. Strepsils. Strepsils. Strepsils, for a dry, itchy, raspy, scratchy throat.
To the outer framers, the hat tippers, the fringe goers, you don't need to hide anymore. Try Dettol Even Tone. It cleans and helps to reduce the appearance of blemishes caused by oil, dirt and germs, giving your skin a healthy feel for an even better you. Dettol, be 100% sure.
Dettol soap is now also available for 100 Naira.
So Clean, the detergent brand trusted by millions of Nigerians. For decades, its 30% concentrated formula has been trusted to wash faster, brighter, cleaner. So Clean with stain magnet technology. The advanced enzyme formula pulls trapped dirt out of fiber like a magnet. So Clean with stain magnet technology for even better stain removal.
You're still watching NTA Network News. The flag of one of Nigeria's indigenous companies with significant interests in oil and gas, agriculture and mining, ITED, was recently hoisted high in New York, United States, when its founder, Benedict Peters, received the Forbes Africa's Best Oil and Gas Leader of the Year award. Correspondent Makud Simon Macham recaptured the company's moment of glory and now reports.
When Benedict Peters started ITO Group in 2008, little did he know that the world will within a short time take note of his achievements. Today, the company, which started from the oil and gas industry, has proven to be a company that demonstrates the true Nigerian spirit of industry, diligence, social responsibility and productivity. It has diversified to other areas such as mining, power and agriculture.
Great speech. Great speech.
It was therefore not surprising that Benedict Peters was chosen for recognition as the best oil and gas leader of the year in Africa by the prestigious Forbes magazine. The award was presented at a well-attended event at the Forbes headquarters in New York, where Benedict Peters was represented by his brother, Frank Peters.
But tonight's the night when we celebrate the towering success of the continent as a whole.
So, what does the future hold for Benedict Peters and the ITO Group?
We look at ourselves like ambassadors of Nigeria, and looking at the direction that President Buhari is taking the country, we also want to be part of that, I call it catalyst for the re-engineering of Nigeria, and we're fully in support of what Mr. President is doing, and we also like to do our own little part in making his own dreams come true as well.
We feel very proud that his vision has come to fruition and has come to the attention of the world.
ITO says its success would not have been possible without the faithfulness of its clientele and the support of its host communities, all who share in these awards. From New York in the United States, Makut Simon Machan, NTA News.
Let's now take you to Port Harcourt, where Vivian is standing by with more reports.
Independence. Thanks for joining us here in Port Harcourt. Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, in his independent message, is advocating for patriotic leaders who will advance the cause of national unity and progress. Ogedinyekwe reports that NTA Port Harcourt also played host to students and pupils in the spirit of the celebration.
A guard of honor preceded the Independence March Past Parade by pupils, students, paramilitary, voluntary organizations, as well as churches. Governor Wike enjoined the citizens to see Nigeria as a project that must not fail, hence the need to work together to entrench true democracy where the Constitution and the rule of law reign supreme.
As we lift our eyes from today to a better future for our country, let us resolve to commit ourselves to the task of building a great and prosperous nation that works for everyone.
At NTA Port Harcourt, parents and children expressed excitement at the celebration and urged the government to put in place policies and programs that will better the lot of Nigerian child.
They should look forward to Nigeria with a hope. The future is bright for them. The Nigerian Television Authority, especially the Network Center in Port Harcourt here, will always provide a platform for the children.
In Port Harcourt, Ogedinyekwe, NTA News.
And that does it from Port Harcourt. Let's now join Sadia in Sokoto for more on Network News. Hello, Sadia.
Welcome to Sokoto and happy Independence Anniversary. The incumbent Deputy Governor of Sokoto State, Ahmed Aliyu, has emerged winner of the APC governorship primary held in Sokoto. Muhammad Nasir reports that the Deputy Governor defeated 3 other contestants in the race.
That includes the Deputy Governor Ahmed Aliyu Sokoto, Faruk Malamiabo, Senator Abubakar Umar Gada, and Abubakar Abdullahi Gumbi. Delegates from the 23 local government areas of the state turned out en masse to vote for their choice. Voting was conducted in an orderly manner with high level of maturity exhibited by the delegates amid adequate security. Upon conclusion of the voting, which lasted for about 7 hours, members of the 7-man electoral committee from the National Secretariat of APC sorted out all the votes cast in the presence of agents of all the contestants.
Alhaji Ahmed Aliyu, he got the highest number of votes of 2,282 votes. He is therefore declared the winner of the exercise.
Ahmed Aliyu described the victory as a will of Allah and expressed gratitude to the delegates and APC supporters for the success.
We are ever ready to carry everyone along so that together we can achieve our common goal.
APC faithful and well-wishers rejoice with the winner. In Sokoto, Muhammad Nasir, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Sokoto. Is now back to Kenya in Abuja.
Thank you, Sadia. Another break beckons. Do stay tuned.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Winning in hot and dry conditions is hard. Causes the body to sweat, which attracts germs that are easily passed from one person to another.
What keeps you so cool, man?
Dettol Cool combines Dettol's protection and an invincible icy feel. For super cool confidence, use Dettol Cool.
Dettol soap is now also available for 100 naira only.
In Nigeria, there is one sound we need to silence. So let's silence toothache before it starts with Oral-B All-Round Protection. Its advanced technology helps prevent both tooth holes and gum problems that can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your teeth, giving them all-round protection. Because the only sound we really want to hear is that of our future. For healthier, stronger teeth in 1 week.
Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and mind, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Nigeria's call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and
President Muhammadu Buhari joins the business community in mourning the passing of renowned entrepreneur and philanthropist Chief Sani Okogwu. A statement by the Presidential Advisor on Media, Femi Adesina, says the president recommends to other Nigerians the detribalized outlook of Chief Sani Okogwu, who developed strong relationships outside his route. While condoling the family of the departed, the president praised God to grant the deceased eternal rest. That's NTA Network News tonight. Good night.